Looks like my werewolf pulled aggro.
Yeah, that's aggro. That's what we pull. And welcome aboard, everybody. Yep, it's a different kind of live stream tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about the two new 20th anniversary progression servers that have just been announced. This is big news. Lots and lots and lots of things to talk about. Totally. Let me go ahead and start off. I'm going to read about this and talk about it. I have Shadow on, have Nodens and Zizzy here. We're kind of doing a round table.
Hello.
Hey. And we're gonna talk about each one. And everybody's gonna chime in and talk about how they feel about this server and what their thoughts on it are. I mean, there's some big surprises that have been announced, things that I didn't think would be announced, but they're there. Anyway, I see the stream is up and you can see the time. And so it basically starts out saying EQ will be 20 years old and the anticipation has been killing me. Hello, Brendan H. We're going to do a podcast tonight and talk about the new progression server. Let me go ahead and I'm just going to keep it like this. I'm not going to move the mouse. Just going to move it up and down. Brendan H., welcome tonight. And all you guys out there. Time to talk about the new servers because, like I said, this is the Super Bowl event of EverQuest, and it's coming in about a month on Saturday, March 16th. What a surprise. First, they announced it's going to be on Agnar. It was a Wednesday, then it turned to a Friday for Cornav, and now it's on Saturday. And I guess this is going to mean even more people are going to be on it. Okay, let's talk about it real quick. Let's go down here. The servers are named Selo and Mangler. Okay, Selo meaning fast and Mangler meaning gonna mangle you to death, I guess, and just grind you to bits. But the real difference here is one should be named Everybody Goes to this server, and the other one should be named Nobody's gonna be on this server. And I guess you can imagine which server that is gonna be. And I believe everybody's gonna go to Selos and nobody's gonna go to Mangler. And I'll go ahead and explain why. They go in to talk about what is a true box progression server. All you people should know what that means. True box means you can only play one computer account per PC, but as you know, people have many ways around this, as you've seen box armies roaming around and killing everything. Now this is what looks cool. This is a nice picture of a bard doing Selos going down the stairs. Awesome, looks good. The funny thing about it is, the way this turns out, and I'll talk a little bit about the fact here, is that this server, Selos, may actually be the hardcore server. I mean, that is the real surprise about it. It's really funny because I don't know why they made it this way. And so you're going to have one hardcore server and one nothing server. So Selos will be a fast or casual server, progression server. This means gaining experience, blah, 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 blah. You can read it here. But here's what's cool. Additionally, instances can be reused more often, meaning smaller lockout times on agents of change. This is very important. I like that. I like more experience. The rates are more likely to spawn for rares. I like that. Faction earn more quickly. I like that too. Here's another interesting fold to it. This server will start in Shadows of Luckland. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I'll chime in first. Let's hear from Nodens, Zissy, and everybody else. I think this can be good and this can be bad. Let's talk about the good thing about it. The good thing about this server starting in Luckland is that you start over there and there's the population is spread out a lot more. They can start in Kunar, they can start in out in Luckland, be Beast Lord, so on and so on. So I think that can be good another way. But on a bad note, if you look at it, Planes of Power is going to be released on May 1st. So, you know, it's kind of like they're unlocking these things so fast that what's going to happen, this is going to turn out to be kind of like a live server. So guys, what do you think about this?
I like the fact that they're unlocking it all the way to Luckland. I mean, it gives a lot more there. It's just not straight. It looks like it gives more options. You can play more characters. There's more zones. It's just not straight rush to the best XP spot.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think they should have just gone ahead and started at POP and made it like 3 months between expansion open.
Okay.
I lean with Zizzy. I like the fact that there's more beginner areas opened to allow us to spread out, so we're not all trying to log into the same zone right at the beginning. However, the 1 month in between expansions is going to be a really fast pace. They should have extended to like 2 months to allow some a little relaxation as you're grinding towards that.
Yeah, yeah. And Ryan Lewis says the funny thing, you can actually see that activate Windows. That's right, have not activated Windows. Hilarious, Ryan Lewis. And Diamond Games, they're casual. I was going to say Diamond Games, as I said in the beginning of this, the funny thing about it is when I read it, at first I said it sounds casual, and then I stopped and thought about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not the casual server. This is actually the hardcore server. But yeah, guys, note and stuff, good points that you make there, really good points. I really wish the unlock was longer. I totally agree with that. 1 month is really crazy. That's fast. You know, casual people only play once a week. Well, guess what? By the time they get back to playing the game, everybody's going to be in the Serpent Spine or something like that. By the time they get out of that level, it's just going to be funny, I think. That's just my opinion.
The other thing that would have been nice was if they changed the loot to where, you know, very few things were no drop. You know, everything was pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Totally. I wish they would have done something with the loot on this Coronavi or no drop or something or another, just done something. But, you know, it's kind of funny that they made it this way. I mean, what is Zizzy and Shadowrun? What do you guys think about the rule sets here?
I'm with you on the 1 month thing. I just hope it doesn't get too top heavy because everybody's rushing. But once you fall behind, I don't think there's any catching up.
Yeah, especially with an unlock that fast.
Yeah, if they're going out that fast, say something happens in real life and you can't play for a week, it's going to be impossible to catch. That is, if you weren't trying to stay at the top ring and keep up with everything. If you're just going through casual, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Although remember, this is supposed to be an ultra casual server, so there's nothing that says you have to be, you know, totally ready for the next expansion unlock, but it would seem that they would allow a little more time.
Yeah, I agree.
And good points Diamond Games brings up out there. He said the rule sets may change before launch. I hope for sure that they do, because I tell you, nobody's going to go to the Mangler. Well, we haven't gotten to how bad that's going to be yet, but just by reading this, I can tell you where everybody's going to go and where everybody's not going to go.
Right, the Mangler. That's another issue. We read this.
Yeah, let me move down a little. Let's talk about the Schmangler. Okay, what I like about the Mangler, the wolf looks so cool. That looks, I would say the Mangler wolf looks cooler than the bard going down the stairs. So I really like that. Had me. I mean, I was like, yeah, that really had me, that woofy. But what the heck happened after that? It's like, come on. The hardcore server that's tuned to feel similar to the original EverQuest. But how come there are no corpse runs in here? The corpse run was a mini game in itself. I mean, I always say in the live stream that half of the game was the corpse runs. You know, you gotta have that if you're gonna have hardcore. If there's no corpse runs, it's like, you know, it's not the same. Unlocks will happen 12 weeks, okay, but after gates, so 12 weeks is, oh, that's a normal thing. And it's, what else you have? You have all this other stuff. If expansion does not include a level cap, it will be for a full 12. Hey, wait a second. This sounds like Cornav with more of an experience penalty on it. That's basically what it sounds like to me. And then it says blah, 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 it goes down here. And we can look into the fact of the finely tuned things. But let me just go ahead and Jordy says, hi, are the two servers worth playing? We're getting to that right now. We're going to ask for your opinions. We have a little round table going here, and we're going to talk to everybody here about what they think about it. Diamond Game says they are the way they are now. No, yeah, I mean, there's only going to be one server, but it's going to go to Kira Sally. Welcome to Mongolia. Nice to have you by. We're doing a roundtable talking about the two servers, and Diamond Games would pick the Mangler, but that would be kind of cool because if you like a server with nobody on it and you're used to test server type population, Mangler's the way to go. Corpse Run and no mini maps. Yeah, okay. Ryan Lewis is right. In addition to noticing activate windows, it would be cool. No mini maps, old UI, and definitely corpse runs. Definitely. Less experience. Yeah, make it real like that. If they want to do a hardcore server, and just have stuff like I don't know, have like like a little spider run around and just kill everybody, like hill giants in Freeport just go on rampage. That would be cool. And then so that's what they're talking about. Jordy's talking about that. Okay, so we're going to talk about the next thing about it here. But let's talk about with a roundtable here, guys, in the Discord channel. What do you think about Mangler? And you've heard the rule sets. You're probably looking at the same page I'm looking at. Any thoughts? Go ahead and take your turn and chime in.
I wish the unlock set was on the casual server because that unlock set works pretty well.
Okay.
12 weeks of no level increase or 8 weeks of no level increase and 12 weeks if there was.
Yeah, that's how Cornav was, and it worked pretty well overall. However, I agree with Katz that it's not really hardcore. I mean, you'll lose a little more experience, and it's a little slower than Cornav, but it's not really much different than Cornav.
Yeah. What do you think, Shadowwan?
Yeah, it doesn't strike me as what I expected hardcore to be. I was thinking more like maybe you dropped 5 levels when you died or something.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I mean, if they want to call it hardcore,
real short corpse time or something like that. Yeah, other than this, it's just a tough level.
Who would play on this? Let's ask this question. Who in their right mind would play on Mangler? I mean, who? The Chrono Farmer's not going to play on it. That I can tell you.
No. Some hardcore. I mean, some people that want the challenge may, but it just doesn't seem to be enough difference between that and like Cornav to really make it worth starting all over.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, Justin, out on YouTube. We're doing a roundtable talking about the new servers, the new news. Okay, good point, guys. The Discord does not work, so I'm here to talk. This is okay, Kira Sally. Go ahead and talk in the chat. We're taking the chat input in addition to Discord and stuff. And Diamond A is going to do a monk on Mangler since all we've done is Enchanter. Yeah, so okay, so let's do this. Let's pop open the FAQ here and let's talk a little bit about Selos. These are all the juicy details you're going to get.
Hold on, I have a question for Diamond Games. Why would you play on Mangler? What are you looking to get from it that you don't get from maybe Cornav or another?
Good point, Diamond Games. Good question too. Go ahead and let us know. He's always got good answers. It'll take about 30 seconds for him to see the the question or hear it.
Fair enough.
Oh, he said he likes being punished. But he always plays an Enchanter, and that's, as we all know, the Enchanters are the most OP'd class in Classic on a TLP. They're just crazy good. Kira Sally, the main difference between let's go back to Schmangler, the Mangler, is that it doesn't have the corpse runs. It's basically the same thing as a P99 without the corpse runs. So I guess what you could say is it would be a server that is for P99 people that don't like corpse runs. And Diamond Games likes the challenge of slow leveling. That's what intrigues him. If you guys want to see the chat flow, you have to be in the YouTube. I'm not doing a dual stream on Twitch, so come to the YouTube channel. You can see what everybody's saying and participate in the chat. Okay, so Mangler, not much to say for it. The unlocks are great, but they got it backwards. Unlocks should be on the casual server, because my understanding of casual players is, and we have a few of them, they only play once a week or 2 days out a week. And, you know, playing on the Selos server, what's going to happen is they start on that and everybody's going to be gone. And I can really tell you guys what happened on Agnar. Even with that server having a lower experience rate than Selos, there are people that were leveling me one day, and the next day I noticed they were 10 levels higher than me. And that's with a lower experience level than even Selos. So they were, you know, I'd log in the next day and they were like already like, what? This guy's already 10 levels, and he couldn't group with me anymore. And then the next day he was level 50, and that was it. And then, you know, we just kind of lost touch at that point. So that's what happened. Yeah, I think Diamond Games, that's actually true. That I don't think Daybreak, I don't think they know what what casual means. But then if we look at this, is there any reason why they did it this way? I mean, you have to look at it from the money point of view. Does this have a way to hook people into buying more chronos or whatever? I don't know. I mean, I can see Selos will definitely have more chrono buyers and farming on it, but Mangler, I just think it's going to be empty over there. I mean, we're talking like maybe really empty. And then Kirasali says, for me, a casual server is better because of where I live. I'm on. Yep, exactly. I totally agree. One thing I will say about Selos is this. Back when I was on Agnar, since the experience rate was pretty fast, people could catch up. So if this is going to have a fast experience rate, people could catch up. But that's been negated by the 1 month unlocks. Now, if you had the regular 12-week unlock, then what happens is, you know, people are stuck there, and then all the casual people will eventually catch up. That would have been good. But that's why I said this looks like the hardcore server instead, and only need 1 guild to clear content. Okay, so any other thoughts, people in Discord, before we move on to the next page? Okay, I guess not. Okay, so we're going to the next page here. Next page is, how is this different from any other progression server? Okay, once again, it starts at Luckland. This is going to radically change how the game is played. Kind of like, it's not really so much a TLP anymore. It's kind of like I've read somewhere people are calling it kind of like an event server, or kind of like even a live server. And TrueBox, everybody knows what that is. There will be no voting for content unlocks. Okay, no voting. Big raid targets will be available for expansion. That makes sense. That's Agents of Change. We like that. Experience rate on Cell will be noticeably faster than other progression servers, but not quite as fast as a normal server. Good enough. Can I transfer my existing character? Not. Raid instances will work like half day. Look at these lockouts. 3.25 day lockout. That's very, very nice. This will bring a lot of items into the game. And talk about the backpack, of course. Here's the plane, the zones that are going to be open, Split Paw, Kazakh, the whole, they tell you all about it. Not that big a deal. Removing changes from made to game functions and stuff. And then that's, you know, you can see right here, audio triggers, no big deal. It doesn't say anything about extended target list or anything. Raid window, so they'll be enabled, not a big deal. What other things are not allowed on? Okay, you know the thing. This doesn't matter because everybody does it anyway. And that's basically it. Answer one question, I'll send it back to our roundtable. Kira Sally says EQ needs a way to grow new players. I think I understand not really why they make new servers. Absolutely, Kira Sally, they need a way to get new players, definitely. And Jordy says, I guess it will only be good for people that don't play in any of other servers. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give it a shot because, like I've always said, this is a Super Bowl of EQ. Every year, 0 hours, my favorite time. That's the first moments, first 5-10 minutes. You can, you know, be the first one on the server and all that. Of course, by the time you get on, people will probably be level 20. So, yeah, and Diamond Games says one thing. Oh, actually, Hope Slayer, welcome aboard. Looks like Daybreak will be changing some of these rule set. They better change it because they got it backwards this time. And Diamond Games, not much difference between starting on Selos and starting on Tune On Live, really, with the rapid unlock, except for a lot more low-level tunes to group with. Okay, so back to the round table. Shadow on Nodes and Zizzy, what do you guys think about what I just read about Selos here? Anything else you guys want to add?
Yeah, something I did not see. I saw where they're going to have it so that the more pets you have on the big name boss, the less they do. I didn't see any mention of mitigation of the mighty.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wow. Oh, now if there's no mitigation might, that's another big, huge plus. But
Now they may have just failed to mention it, but I saw they pointed out the thing about it's mitigating the amount of pets damage on it, but not about.
yes. Oh, then let's look at the Mangler. Guys, if they take off mitigation and mighty, this will be a lot of fun because casual players, they don't want to. I mean, how especially if you're Curacao and you're playing a different time zone, how are you gonna actually get out there and get it in a raid? There's maybe only one or two guilds. It's gonna be hard, but if they can let people do Vox with 20 people, that would. I mean, Nagafin, let's say for 20 people, that'd be good.
Yeah, no, I agree. That was one of the issues that held up casual players on.
Good insight, Noden. I'm just trying to look at the Mangler here.
They don't mention it one way or the other on that one either. That's why I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not listed on there at all. Okay, so yeah, and I'm looking here, they don't mention anything. Well, it would be nice if they get rid of that. Mitigation mighty. Guys, I really wish, and I don't know why they didn't put Fronavi loot rules in here. I really think that would have been good. Okay, let's talk about this. One way to salvage the lost cause called Mangler. Now, at this point, it's a lost cause, but it may be okay later. Is if they put Fronavi loot rules on it. Now that would really balance things out. I think a lot of people would go for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would think about that.
Yeah, then it'd make me think about it. But I don't know. Since I've got to see Agnar and Kornav, I mean, shoot, I mean, how can you not say no to these quick lockouts on Selos, the more rare spawns and all this stuff? It's like, it's just all the good stuff is on one server, and all the I won't call it hardcore stuff, I'll call it bad stuff is on another server. So now that that's said, let's just quickly go over Mangler and look at it. How is it different? Blah, blah, blah. It's the same old thing. Can I transfer my character? Raid instances are 6.5 days as usual. Expansions will unlock. They're just timed unlocks. The backpack, things are not allowed. And of course, the usual nerfed experience array, which version of the bosses will be available, blah, blah, blah. Same old zones, not much to change, same interface. So it's really, that's the only difference in there. And let's take one of the questions out from the live stream. Curacao, for me, all expansions after pop are so new, are new, so live is all new for me. The only bad thing is I always must solo. Perhaps would be an advantage on a new server. Yeah. Okay, Diamond Games, nice to have you with us. Thanks, and glad to have your insight, and thanks for dropping in. So let's talk about the next thing. We had a plan if this were going to open in Classic of where to start, and our plan was to go human, and I'll give it out now because it doesn't look like it's going to be reality with this Selos server. We were planning to go human, go down all the way to the Orc Highway, which has a 1-minute spawn rate on orcs down there, level up all the way, get to about close to 20, just up to South Row Oasis area. That was the plan. But now, since we're opening at Luckland, you guys out there, where would you start? What would you do? It's going to get interesting. There's going to be a lot of different start places. Anybody in the round table, any place you'd like to start now that Kunark is a good start place, now that Luckland is a good start place?
I still like the old world myself, but I know a lot of people like Luckland. I'm just concerned that the majority of people moving over may go there because it was better XP.
Yes, totally agree. How about Zizzy, Shadow, on anything you guys think about this?
Oh, I have warm, fuzzy feelings about. Always loved Cunard.
Okay. How about Shadow on?
But there's nothing saying we can't jump from one starting zone to another too from time to time.
Yes.
Well, the Wizzy Spires will be active, so do they even go between? Can they get you from Fadark to Freeport?
I think you have to get the wizards leveled up.
Yeah, no, you'll go from Fadar to North Corona. That's where the spire.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna have to be somewhat limited by that then. It's like which side of the world we're gonna agree to start.
Yeah.
Or you get a couple crazy first levels that run across the world.
There you go.
In a way, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just thinking, at some point, when we're doing that, maybe we should look at having an event like a naked gnome run across, down into Dagner's Cauldron or something, where all level 1s run it.
Oh, that would be cool.
But yeah, starting places, I don't really care. We just need to decide. I mean, like I said, I think Lachlan's going to be very cool.
Yes, notice I totally agree. I think everybody's gonna, especially if they want a beast lord, they got to start in Luckland. But I think a lot of people are going to start in Luckland. I think, of course they're going to go for Paludow Caverns, which is just really good. We did a practice run a while back, a year ago, just to do practice runs, and we wanted to do Paludow Caverns raid style. And I think that the earliest you could do it with the first few mobs was we got one group together, and we could one group it with like a level 3 group, something like that, and got in there, and we were able to break it open and progress past those first couple tough mobs. And once you break past them, then your Paludow Caverns is yours. But I do agree that I still think the Orc Highway, humans going Orc Highway is still going to be a really, really good way to go. And with less people, it'll probably be even better. Because now you're not going to have as many monks out there. They're going to be making Ixar monks. That's where they're all going to be Ixar monks. So there may not be that many, and it may be a zone you can get into that's not going to crash on the first day. If you guys don't know, every time I've played on these progression servers on 0 hour, it's been really hard to get out of that first zone because you get stuck in there because it crashes. It's very hard to get out of it until, many hours later. Just zoning is a real challenge. So that being said, this time zoning will probably go much better. People will be able to get from one zone to another. But yeah, I still think this is nice for the classic zones they're going to open up. And yeah, it would be kind of interesting to see Paludow Caverns for sure. But that's something we could do a test run of. But it's the whole thing has thrown me for a loop. I'm like, wow. Just when I was thinking like we're gonna start like this, and now it's like, wow, too many places to start. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing. What characters are you guys gonna play? What is Nodin's gonna play?
I think it was selected for me. I think the consensus was I'll be playing it.
It's just because you're so good at it. It's like I've always said, good clerics are very hard to come by. And okay, what about Zizzy? What are you going to play?
I've been wanting to try a Beast Lord for a little while.
Okay. How about Shadowwan?
Well, I'll probably go mage because that way I don't have to worry about my gear at the beginning.
Mage is a good choice. Now, one of the things we can always try out is we can always practice, if you guys want, try out 5 necros, 1 cleric. I want to try that out.
I still want to.
Cool. Yeah,
that would be
work
fun
for me.
Yeah, I think that would be really good to try out the 5 necros. And on a test server, a couple live streams we could get to like level 20. It'd be really interesting to see. Or we could test buff me to 25 and de-level them to whatever level you want to start at, so you have all the spells. But yeah, that's one thing I want to try. It's a great combination that had been suggested before, and it's just coming around to being tried. Really crazy idea. I don't know what changes is it when you get, like, for example, in classic, the enchanters are just so totally overpowered. And last year we had, 3 enchanters, and at level 37 or something like that, I forgot what it is, we were able to take down Estrella and catch keep. And that's just, it's so funny. Just, 3 enchanters and a cleric. Of course, you got a wizard in there for the evac, but that was able to knock her out. And it's just, she's like level 51 or something. It's ridiculous. But the enchanters are just so strong. And of course, as you know, monks are the powerhouse of melees. But it really takes somebody that really knows the game to really break down what works later on in the game, because as I'm not really sure like what would be the best characters, but I do think Beast Lord would be cool to play. Quick comment back to the live stream. Kira Sally, feel the bone. He says, have a good day at work. And Ryan says it would be nice to see a warrior class. I'm curious how far that class can go. Yeah, warriors, I think they're going to get better gear. If they're starting in Luckland, it's going to get really interesting. I don't know what I'm going to play, guys. Now that really changes it. Enchanter is always nice to play. But once again, heck, if we're 5 Necros, that may turn out to be the bomb. And hopefully by then Twin Bee will be able to play a little bit. And if we get her to play and we get everybody to play, oh my gosh, this could be crazy good. Okay, and then final question is, anything anybody is looking forward to, knowing that these are the new server rules? Anything anybody wants to start off doing, or they want to see, or whatever? Or is it just going to be business as usual?
I don't have anything specific I'd like to do. I am looking just forward of starting over with all you guys on the new server and see how it goes.
Yes, me too.
I'd like to see the things I didn't get to see the first time I went through.
And what are those, Izzy?
Like, a lot of the raids and that kind of thing, the high level stuff. Because when I first played, I was just a solo guy. So I couldn't do a lot of that.
Which raids would you like to see? Like Fox?
That I have no idea. That I had to look up.
Okay, so
I'm looking to go back. I'm looking to go forward to starting over again and trying it again.
Uh-huh. Oh, good. That sounds good. Beast Lord.
I'm thinking, I don't know yet. Only thing I've ever played before is this Ranger.
Oh, you
I played other ones, but I never got them above like 20.
You'll probably get to above 20 in the first few hours on the Selos server.
Oh, he did that earlier. We took one from 25 to 40 in like, what, half a day.
Yeah, it was a few hours. It went pretty fast.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's on the test server. They level so fast, the skills are like still level 15 skills.
So, Zizzy, if you take Constellation, I went through 5 characters up to level 20 before I figured out I wanted to play a cleric.
Oh, that's
cool.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing is when Nodens came to us on Cornav, everybody was way up there already. And I remember seeing him come in, and he was low level, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he'll ever make it up there. Some do, some don't. And then he caught up to everybody, which was amazing. And
it was the first to 60.
Yeah, that's right. First to 6, just went past everybody on top of that. Yeah, great play out there. Well, guys, I guess that's pretty much it. We haven't figured out where we're going to start, but I do like the 5 Necro idea now that this has been released. The 5 Necro idea is going to be tried, and I think a couple ways to try it is we can try it at, from the get-go level 1. We'll see how fast we level, and then we're going to go and we can either test buff all the way to 25, try it from there, or play it in between and see what happens. And Ryan Lewis, just activate Windows to unlock extra XP boost. That's funny. I don't know why it happened. It was activated and then it didn't become activated. I guess that's because if you don't, I don't know, they have a subscription or whatever. You know how it works, guys. But okay, so nothing to talk about for the Schmangler. They better fix this, otherwise it's going to be a graveyard server. Or oh, you know what? They could turn this into PvP server, and they can get Assault Gaming to hop out there. He'd be like killing everybody there. He'll be the real Mangler. So Selos, wow. Okay, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned, everybody. So yeah, we're going to continue with doing EOK stuff and whatever as we move forward, and then we're going to set up some practice runs that we're going to do, like 5 Necro. Won't have to do 5 mages because you've seen those all before, and then we're going to go from there. But that's basically it, what we're looking at. I'm going to slowly wind this up. I want to thank all you guys for joining us, and thanks Nodens, Zizzy, and Shadowon for participating in the round table here. It's always good to talk with you guys about it. So okay, everybody, we'll put up another update, or we'll have a practice run through, and hope to see you guys out there. Thanks for watching.
By the way,
Yes.
They had over 2 pages of comments on the hardcore server within 10 minutes of it getting posted.
Ooh, okay. Let's check that out, guys. Before we leave, let's check that out. So going in their time lock thing. Oh yeah, wait. Let's talk about a little bit of the comments before you go, guys. It's not over yet because. Okay, so which comment was it, Nodens?
You go under there and look at the one for Mangler, and they had like 2 pages of comments right on. I mean, within 10 minutes of it announcing the.
Oh gosh, I see Manga Flop is dead. Manga Flop. Oh, that's so funny. Oh gosh, there's so many of them. I can't figure out which one is casual players gravitating towards Manga Flop. The names are just hilarious. Oh gosh. Extremely disappointed in the new server announcements. Yeah, I mean, one of them I kind of like. Everybody's saying Selos is uber casual. Here's why. Oh gosh, it's sounding funny.
Just want to point that out. I saw that earlier.
That is hilarious. Thanks for pointing out. I want to find out what the funniest one. Okay, here's a good one. This guy's pretty good name. Riskio. Let's see what he says here. Let's see. Manga Flop hardcore server rule starts in classic true box. Pros starts in classic. Yeah, Cornever slower experience and other ones. Nobody will play in the server. My exact same thoughts. The experience in Cornev was horrible, but this will be even worse. Yep, mind-boggling decision. Totally. Selos, he talks about it here, which I find interesting here. Yeah, this is a con. No classic, no Kunark, no Velius. Yeah, 1 month unlocks. That's a killer right there. That's, oh my gosh, that is bad. Missed the mark definitely. And if you can look at here what he says about the unlock schedule here. Look at LOI out at May, April, and just crazy. You know, by the next year, Seeds of Destruction. Somewhere along the lines, mercs are going to be running around out there. It's hilarious. Oh gosh. And let's see what else. And Manga Flop. Gotta love that name.
Actually, I expect them to have some people out there when Mangler starts, but they're going to have a significant population drop off, what, 2 to 3 months in?
I would think, come to think of it, they may even have a population drop even faster than that because, you got to figure if the experience rate is that slow, I don't know how anybody's going to, if that was the only server up there, then that's one thing. But everybody's going to be looking at the other servers, and all the chrono farmers are going to be going to other guys. I made 50 chronos. How many did you make? And the people on Manga Flop are going to be, I made 1. And then the chrono farmers on Selos are going to be, I made 50. It'll be something crazy like that. And, that's going to bring a lot of people. And all the new players, nobody likes slow experience. But, yeah. And let's see what else here. And they just keep talking about it. But that's funny that Noden said, if I could find the actual thing today, these comments are just spreading like wildfire on the forums, but I could see it, then that'd be funny. You had 100 comments in the first few minutes.
Yeah, it was like every time as I was watching it, it was just growing. It was
Yeah, it's just growing. I mean, oh, it's so hilarious. Make Mangler into Selos 2.0. Oh gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, everybody's like the Mangler. Oh, and here's one person. The more I read about Mangler rule set, the more I like it. But we already have a couple servers that are already the same thing as that. You know, that's a funny thing. Oh
I,
gosh.
that was the big thing I took away from it is it's not really much different than Cornev.
Yeah. You know what? Notice what if their main goal was to do another a Cornav Finigel each year, and then this time actually make a server that's like a live server, like when Vox first came out, it was a live server, it wasn't a TLP or anything. Just make a live server, but start a little early and release a little bit of both. Maybe that's what they were thinking of.
I think that is. I just would not have called it a hardcore server. I wouldn't, it's definitely for players that want a little bit more difficulty, but hardcore in most gaming circles means you die, you start back at 1. And obviously they weren't going to do that for an MMO like this because that'd be horrible. But losing 5 levels, like Zizzy said, would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Because you would do a high level raid and half your guild's back to.
That's right. So much for less W's permadeath. Jordy said, so if I had to pick from the bad from the worst, Selos might be it. It depends, Jordy, on how you feel about it. But to me, the manga flop would be bad because there's not going to be many people on it. And there's other people saying casual players gravitating towards manga flop. Doesn't look like it at all. So, okay. Daybreak said the idea of hardcore is the experience grinding. Oh gosh, this is so funny. It's really, the whole thing is actually turning to be more funny the more funny I read it. Oh gosh, it's just so much comedy content in these server rule sets. But anyway, guys, okay. Any other comments from the round table?
Not for me.
Thanks, Nodens. Thanks, Zizzy and Shadowon. We'll see you guys out there. If you guys want to be on the Manga Flop server, we'll go Manga Flop. But I think this Selo server will have everybody on it, and we're already on one, the deadest server, which is the test server. But we're going for where the people are and giving it a shot. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you out there.